Okay, and we're running. So, Dr. Frank,
Yes,
how was the operation today? What was it? What sort of operation? And what can we learn?
we did many different ones, but the last one was a heavy one, not only because the patient was heavy, which makes the operation a lot more difficult, but also that it seems an easy operation. If you see the x-ray, there's a broken plate, and the intention is to replace the broken plate. So you just take the old plate out, put a new one in the same place, and put the screws back, and then the job is done. But that's not the case, because what you don't see on the x-ray is that there's a lot of bone formation around the fracture, which is somehow visible but not clearly, so you easily overlook it. And then when you open up, you see that the whole plate is overgrown with bone. You even can't find the screws. Well, on the x-ray you see, that's easy, you just take out the screws.
Right.
But it is not. So then you have to decide what to do. You have to chisel off all the bone to get the plate free, and then get the screws out. Then it appears that on the medial side, on the other side where the plate is, there's a lot of bone growth, which makes that if you want to put new screws, you need much longer screws.
Right.
Normally it's maybe in between 40 and 50, but now you even need 60 or 65. And then it appears that in the tray, all the smaller screws are neatly organized in a metal plate with holes and figures around it, which size they are. That's easy for picking the right screw. But for the longer ones, they are just in one big mess at the bottom of the tray, and the staff have to measure every screw which they think is appropriate, and they measure it. No, this is too long, this is too short, and it takes awful lot of time. And the patient, you are working on the tourniquet, and the tourniquet can stay normally about 2 hours. Then you have to release it, otherwise you have possible nerve damage because there's no normal blood flow. So time is essential. And if looking for the right screws takes a lot of time, you are working against yourself.
Right.
And you get nervous. The clock is running.
Yeah.
Where's the screw? Okay. So,
And is this just about preparation?
yeah, what you can do if you don't have the right metal box, which we don't have in this case, you could take a block of wood, drill holes in it, and put the screws in the order of length, so that it's more easy to pick a longer one or a shorter one.
Yes, it's about the right tooling.
Yeah, so that's something which could be organized
Yeah.
to reduce the operation time. And,
Yeah.
so that's one thing to learn. The second thing is that it looks easy to do, but it is really difficult.
Yeah.
So an operation which should not be done by the youngest doctor in the house, it should be done by the most experienced one, because
Right.
it's really difficult and it's heavy work.
Yeah.
So you need a lot of time, so you'd plan this operation as the last one, so that not a whole bunch of patients have to wait because the doctor's still busy with the first operation.
But you said that in the beginning it looked easier than it was.
Yeah.
So how do you know when it gets complicated?
You only know that by experience. So
Yeah.
if you see this kind of case, you see the statue of the patient, which is a heavy man, and you know, this is difficult because he's heavy.
Right.
He has a short leg, makes it difficult.
Yeah.
There's a lot of scar tissue because he has been operated before.
Yeah.
That makes it a lot more difficult.
Yes.
So all these things together, you only know by experience
That it's going to be
that
complicated.
this is a difficult case.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the lesson to be learned.
Yes. And I heard another one. It was about saying no.
Yeah, sometimes you have a patient which is really obese, is really fat and thick, and then sometimes you have to say no. You should have the guts to say no, because every doctor, he wants to help the patient, and it is difficult to think of saying no. But sometimes it's wiser, because first of all, the operation is twice, not triple, difficult than a normal case.
Yeah.
Because of the massive fat layers and muscles, and it's more difficult to reach the spot where you have to do your operation. Second, a fat patient has a lot more problems with breathing, with hypertension. So for the anesthetist, it's a lot more difficult to have this patient anesthetized in the proper way.
Right. Yeah.
So there are two reasons why a heavy patient, obese patient,
Brings
is more
risk.
difficult. Yeah, brings a lot more risk. And
Yeah.
sometimes you really have to say, no, I don't do this.
Yeah.
First try to lose weight, and then we will operate on you.
Yeah. Okay. Exactly. Yeah. And I heard another one, and that was, I have to think what it was. I think it was about this morning, or the planning, because there were two children in the beginning, and then a few others. There was another thing that was mentioned in the operation room today, but I have to recap and
Yeah,
see if
but
I can
normally we
find
do
it.
the children first, the youngest first, because for children it's more dangerous to keep fasting than it is for adults.
Right.
So an adult easily can do without food or drink for half a day or more, but children it's much it's much more difficult, and they more easily get dehydrated and so on. So
Yeah.
you should do them first so that the fasting time is shortest.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Dr. Frank, for your
Welcome,
insights
welcome.
today. Goodbye.
See you next time.
See you next time.